Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Predictions for Slammiversary is finally here. Now, I'm trying to keep an open mind on this because it's easy to just be closed-minded and seeing how the product is. It's still suffering, particularly with aces and eights. So I'm going to try and see for what it is, as open as possible. Now, I'm going to go with, they're not going to be in order, but if this does happen in this order, I wouldn't be surprised. The Ultimate X match with Zane, Suicide, and Kenny King, baby. I'm hoping they don't open the show with this. I would be more glad to see Parks and Devon, and that's probably what it will be. But just in case if they don't, and it is going to be this, do I believe this is going to be a good match? It depends on how they hype this match. Look, as much as people say they love seeing triple threats for the X Division, and it was cool at first, I'm not bored with it, at least not completely. But the problem here is this: you're trying to promote a feud between two guys, and you're in a triple threat with a third guy. The last match with Petey Williams not being included and having a promo or anything turned me off. Petey Williams deserved to talk. Petey Williams deserved his moment. What did we get? We got Zane going against Kenny King with no Petey Williams having a promo or nothing for the up-and-coming triple threat that answered it, and Kenny King retaining them. Now we have an Ultimate X match, which is an entirely different match. I understand what you're saying, ladies and gentlemen. I understand. I'm going to get this in the comments. Dude, think about it for a minute. This is an Ultimate X match. This isn't like a regular triple threat. No, it isn't, but still it comes down to the same point. What I said about them doing this gimmick before, they can overutilize it. Now, Ultimate X, in the basic sense, is a triple threat. In this case, it's with 3 guys. Of course, you can have 9 guys or 6 guys. But in a sense, you got 3 guys doing a Ultimate X match instead of like 5, 6, or 7 guys. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's just it called something different. And this time, instead of you trying to pin someone, you're just trying to get something that's over your head, which is either going to be the title or an X. I believe it's going to be the title. But it's not the point. The point is that it's still the same terms. Now, at least they managed to give Suicide a few moments to show himself. Like I said before, I've seen a little bit of Suicide's work. He doesn't really talk much. He doesn't. But it's not the point of talking. He had to be presented. Now, who do I believe is going to win this? I don't believe Zane is going to win this. But if he does win it, it would make sense because he can cash in the title at Bound for Glory. Option C. They haven't gotten rid of it. Zane already said he wants the world title. And he is basically a wild card. That's what the X Division is. It's a wild card. Do I believe this is a good decision to continue doing what Austin Aries did? Yes. But the way they're doing these triple threats is making it difficult to have an interest in it because they're doing basically ROH type of matches in this triple threat. Only recently did they add a feud to it. Before, there were no feuds. It was just one guy, another guy, and another guy. Do I believe they're going to continue doing this? It's a good question mark after Slammiversary. Are they going to continue doing the triple threat? I believe they will, and if no one notices after a while, you're going to notice that your interest might go down a little bit because you've seen pretty much the same people that's going to be presented. Eventually, you're going to see it. They're going to run out of people they're going to present. As much as you say, and I've heard more than a few people saying, dude, X Division is great. Let us see this triple threat. Stop bashing it. I'm not trying to bash it. I'm just trying to be a realist here. You only have a finite amount of wrestlers in one division. Unless AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and Kazarian go back into it, that could give it some extra life. But you're using all mainly new guys and a few old guys. So I don't see it lasting much longer. And then what makes TNA different from ROH is that they did great feuds in X Division. Now that they're not doing it, and only just doing this brief feud between Zane and Kenny King, we're not going to have much for very long. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to last knockouts match between Terrence Terrell and Gail Kim. For me personally, I've never seen a woman's last standing match. Never. So you guys tell me below if you've seen it. If not in the indies, only on TNA or WWE. Because if you include the indies, they're not being presented in a nationwide format. I'm talking about nationwide formats. And around 2010 to 11, we had a Mickie James with a wonderful, glorious Tara in a steel cage match. That was my first steel cage match. I know it sounds like, dude, where have you been? Well, I worked most of the time, and I wasn't totally into the product at the time. So like I said, I've only come recently into TNA, but it's not the point. The point is that I never saw one, and I was glad to see it. It was great. Now I'm seeing a last woman standings match, and I'm sure more than a few of you saw it. If it's either in TNA or WWE, tell me below which ones you've seen. I really would like to know. But do I believe this is going to be a good match? It depends on Terrence Terrell. Gail Kim could probably put on a decent match because she's done many different type of matches over the years in both promotions. Terrence Terrell is very new into the business, at least in doing this on a nation and international format. So I don't know if she can pull off this match. She might be very sloppy at it. Who do I believe is going to win? Probably Gail Kim, because they're still trying to push Gail Kim to go back into the title scene. But I'm hoping the match will be alright. And I wish to say still, and I just checked the website, there's nothing about the Knockouts Championship match. Now either they're going to make it into a dark match, or they're going to show it on Impact this coming week. Which I found is very stupid. Why not put them there? Unless, and I will bring this at the end of this review, this prediction, not review, what I think might happen with Mickie James. So let me move on. The 6-man tag between Doc and the Heel Twins versus Magnus versus Joe and versus Jeff Hardy. Bringing Jeff Hardy back in this format is actually a wise thing to do. We don't want to shoot him back into the title picture because they are trying to do stuff right now. That will completely discombobulate the product, and it won't make it that interesting. I know a lot of people like Hardy, and I do myself. But if you're going to make this interesting, you can't just throw him back into the title picture like they did most of other people. I want to see something different. So, who do I think is going to win? I believe it might be Magnus, Joe, and Hardy. Because they need to try and promote Hardy coming back. I'm not going to say how the match is going to be because it's kind of hard to say. The heel twins of Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe, Wes Briscoe has the possibility of being a decent mid-carder. Garrett Bischoff is a total undercarder. Doc, we've seen him work decently well in both promotions. So I believe that they're going to throw the Wolves are going to throw the weakest one there, and that's going to be Garrett, who's going to open it. That's the one I think is going to open the show. He might actually open with Joe again. I don't know. But honestly, this is what I think might happen. I really believe that Hardy will probably get the pin. Now, I'm moving on to Gut Check with Sam Shaw and Jay Bradley. The finals for Gut Check to see who's going into Bound for Glory. And the BFG series. That's what I mean. Ooh, it's pretty obvious to see that Sam Shaw is good, but he's no caliber of Bradley. Jay Bradley's a much better person. I said several impacts ago when they had begun this, the best person that would be was either going to be Christian York, who I kind of wish was there, but I can understand why you put Bradley. Bradley does present himself better. Even though the match wasn't that great, I saw that Bradley showed more than a Christopher York. So I believe Jay Bradley's going to win. They really need someone who really presents himself with charisma and strength. And I believe Bradley is the one. If they put Shaw there, I'll be actually quite surprised because Shaw looks like a great talent, but he still seems green. That's just my feeling. Now, the four tag team elimination match between Bad Influence, this is going to be interesting. It's not going to be great, but it's going to be interesting. I really believe that Bad Influence and Dirty Heel is going to be the most entertaining ones there. They were before. they're going to do it again. With stereotypicals of Chavo and Superman, they're just there. Just there. The real wild card is going to be if, like I said in my Impact review already, can Storm and Gunner have some good chemistry? Because it's a good possibility they may be the ones that's going to win. If they're not going to win, I really believe that Austin Aries and Robert Roode will regain the tag championships. I believe they're the most strongest of the two heels. I really do. As much as I love Bad Influence, I love how Christopher Daniels he knows how to do it well. I'm glad they turned him heel. I really am. But if it's not going to be them, it's got to be dirty heels. But I'm going to be very confused about how far they're going to put Gunner and Storm over. Because it's obvious they're going to do it. I just don't know how far it's going to go. And are they going to present them both most of the time? So let's move on to AJ and move on to Angle. I don't really know how to feel about this match. I've seen most of their work. I've seen it already a good amount of time. I really don't have any hyping for this match. But this is meant to get AJ over. So they're going to put on a decent match. They can put on decent matches. But I really believe AJ is going to win this. Because I believe AJ is going to Bound for Glory and he's going to win it. It would make sense why he has to be the lone wolf. You have to show the head of the company going through adversity and winning the championship. That's what I feel. And I believe that's the best thing to do. Now, the next match I didn't really fully talk about was Parks and Devon. Parks and Devon is not going to be a great match, but it's not meant to be. This is just meant to get Joseph Park over some more so Abyss can come back. Now, I know someone left on my last Impact review that we rather see Abyss than we want to see Joseph Park. Abyss is much better than Park. Now, I can understand why you want to see the monster. When you see WWE, when you don't see Undertaker, you see Kane. Kane is one of the most dominant monsters they have. Unfortunately, what they've been doing with Daniel Bryan sucks. But it's not the point. The point is that Abyss is the most monstrous person we have. But like the Undertaker, he had to change his style periodically so he would stay fresh. As much as you don't like the Joseph Park character, he needed to have this change to still remain irrelevant. As much as you'll say, I'm sure more people are going to say, dude, Joseph Park sucks. Yes, but you need to see how much you miss Abyss because you see Joseph Park. So it was necessary. Do I believe the Abyss is going to be mentioned again in this segment? In that ring? In that match? Yes. I don't know if Joseph Park will win. But it's not totally meant for him to win. If he does win, fine. This will just promote more into the Abyss coming back and him showing a split personality. So, I'm going to leave it at that. But I do hope they'll do it soon. At least the right way. Now, let me see. Anything else am I forgetting? Just Sting and Bully Ray. Do I believe Bully Ray and Sting is going to be a good match? No. It'll be a decent match. Sting can't go in the ring no more. It's obvious. A no-holds-barred match is meant to hide how bad he's messing up in the ring. He just can't go no more. If you gotta wear a t-shirt, and the Sleg Daddy's right. When you're wearing a t-shirt outside and inside the ring, dude, that means you're totally out of shape. Either because you're just too old to get in shape, or you really don't want to get in shape anymore. So I believe Sting is just not really getting himself in shape anymore. There are 50 to 60-year-old men that can get in damn good shape, and he's not doing it. But it's not the point right now about his shape. It's about his performance in the ring, and he can't do it anymore. So this is meant to hide it. Bully Ray will hide it pretty well for him, but when it comes down to it, I believe Bully Ray is going to retain this because of what's going to happen with AJ. If AJ is the one that's going to go for this title, they need Bully Ray to keep it. I want to see a Bully Ray and AJ Styles match. That wouldn't be bad. Now, the one thing that's left about that match is, will Brooke turn heel on this show? On this pay-per-view? I don't know. She'll probably show herself, But do I believe that she'll turn heel? No. She'll probably mess the match up in some form or fashion, but she won't purposely turn heel there. I don't believe they're going to do it. I think they may do it at Bound for Glory. And I wish it wouldn't be. I wouldn't mind seeing her turn heel here. But if they don't, it'll probably be for Bound for Glory. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is Mickie James. There's no match announced, and I said this earlier. The best thing that I can guess, if they will probably have a match this coming Thursday. If Mickie James was there, along with Velvet Sky, Mickie must do something heelish. That would give more of a tease for her this coming Impact. That's if they would do it. Do I believe they're going to do it? No. But I would be glad if they did. Because I wouldn't mind seeing a Mickie James showing more heelish tendency. So if they're not going to do it on the show, they may tease it on the pay-per-view. So that's how I feel. So I hope you like this prediction. Subscribe and comment to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm hoping to get my SmackDown done as soon as possible. Maybe a little late, either late tonight or tomorrow morning, because I got to help somebody right now. You have a good day and have a good night.